goes. There's a disclaimer, simple and elegant, one of our brand values. You'll see that in our products coming up. First, a quick update on our 2014 financial performance. We launched our cloud video editing solution 10 years ago, and we're a bit ahead of the market, it's fair to say. But what we found last year was we raised some money in 2013. At that point, only 2% of the professionals surveyed by Televisual, the trade magazine, were interested in using cloud for their video. But by 2014, it was 26%. So we were expecting a corresponding increase in sales, which is the red line. Unfortunately, although they intend to use cloud, they haven't done quite yet. So our sales are more like the blue line at the moment in broadcast. So that's led us to make some changes. First of all, I'll talk about the commercial development for 2014. One of the things we're looking at is extending beyond broadcast, which is very conservative, and sports particularly is an interesting market for us. They can use our existing cloud service, but instead of just using it for just part of their workflow as they do in broadcast, they can use us right from taking the live feed in from a live event. They can do all the editing and finishing and publishing, and we make a lot more money on the sports contracts. So we spent a lot of last year just increasing awareness of our products in sports, both in North America and in Europe. And we've completely rebranded our product to make it more suitable for those high-end editors. In broadcast, we have developed our team. We have our first customers in North America, which is about 6 times bigger than the UK market, where we started off. And again, a major rebrand. And where we, in the UK, are used for the relatively low-end logging and rough cut editing. In America, we are pitched as a full editing system with our new skin, which we'll come on to, making us much more attractive to creatives, and it's much more added value for those editors. Also in 2014, we built a new consumer team from scratch. As part of our diversification strategy, we've established a brand for Eva, which is our video social network. We have 5 million people have now seen the Eva brand, and we've got these users, there'll be more about this later, we've got them through social media. Our whole marketing to do with consumers, social media. We have multiple patent applications we're putting in now, which is slightly unexpected. We're expecting to use the professional technology in the consumer brand, but it turns out that in creating the consumer product, we've created some more intellectual property. And the launch for this is penciled in at the end of this quarter. So a quick review of the broadcast market. We are really the beginning of the workflow before you get to the edit. And we've been trying to push into editing in broadcast. But it's a very conservative market. It's dominated by the sort of like the Microsoft of video editing, which is a company called Avid. And the traditional costs of broadcast, that means they have very high expectations on development, which we can fulfill, but it's hard to make money in this area. And it's also hard to grow when people are, it's like trying to move people off Microsoft. It's quite a hard thing to do, even with a better product. So this all points to a change in strategy. The change is coming. This is what this slide's about. I mean, there will be an earthquake in Tokyo. Everyone who's been to Japan will know that. Every 75 years, there's a major earthquake that destroys Tokyo, and it's 12 years late, maybe even 15 years late. The longer it waits, the bigger it will be. And this seismic change is what's happening in broadcast. Everyone realizes they can't buy all their old kit, their bespoke broadcast kit. It's just not a big enough market. The amount spent on printer ink is more than the amount of the whole broadcast industry. It's just not big enough anymore to have this bespoke work. So this change is coming. The change is to software and it's to the cloud. The recent IABM conference, they had a show of hands, 200 people there, at the International Association of Broadcast Manufacturers, and all but one person said that everyone would be using cloud in a few years' time. So we're here waiting for that, but while we wait for that, we are also changing the way we work. We're moving away from the multiple small deals we've had in broadcast towards much bigger deals, towards administration. People can administer their own accounts with our new MAM, Media Asset Management, Media Asset Manager. We're moving away from bespoke development and personalized sales, which is traditional in broadcast, towards off-the-shelf products with a digital marketing strategy. We have a new website for that. And we're moving away from large CapEx element, which is traditional in broadcast, towards OpEx. So each TV series has its own budget, and we're moving towards, as are these broadcasters and other suppliers, moving towards that. And the final point is we have a cloud platform which none of the other competitors in the industry have been able to replicate. And so we're starting to integrate that into third-party products and distributors' products. So if you look at the markets, in broadcast, traditional market, it's quite low price, but we're moving into sports, which is high price. Typically, a deal is 20 times bigger in sports. We're also moving from a low growth market, which is broadcast, which has been, I mean, it did grow quite a lot 5 years running. We were one of the top 50 fastest growing companies in the UK. But in the last couple of years, the broadcast has slowed down. And so we're moving to high growth markets, in particular mass market consumer market with EVA. And finally, instead of creating a market, as we've been doing for quite a few years in broadcast, where people have never used this system before, we are going to an existing market with a new product, Brand Y, we haven't given it its full name yet, which sits between the EVA mass market consumer product and the professional editing product. And I'll be talking about more on that in a minute. We have new executive team members. Jason's from Professional, so he's running the broadcast and sports. And on the marketing side and consumer side, we have Aziz, who is actually here at the show. We're in stand 29 at the back by the entrance, and he will be able to tell you a lot about the consumer side and the marketing. We've had some recent restructuring. We've saved a layer of management. Last year, we were investing, having raised money the previous year. We're investing in the platform. We have some quite significant upgrades to our product. But as that's winding down now, we've cut our staff from 45 to 30. So that's significant cost savings there. In North America, we had a West Coast office with one sales strategy. That didn't really work very well, to be honest, at least not so far. So we're closing that down, and we're concentrating on our East Coast strategy, led by Jeff Krebs, who's an extremely talented editor. And he is spearheading. I mean, America's so big, you can't really go and visit all your customers face-to-face. It's just the travel's too much. The value of the deals is too low. So it's much more focusing now on digital marketing, on webinars, on blogs. And Jeff Craig's a senior video editor in North America, and he's leading that, and he's bringing us into editing, which is much higher value than the previous pre-edit stages that we've done before. So we have already quite a few clients in North America. Just a quick overview of the market landscape. Avid is, as mentioned, like the Microsoft of video editing, very slow to move, but that's what everyone uses for editing. Adobe is like the new kid on the block. They come from IT. They don't really understand broadcast as well. But they're both very keen on the cloud. You may have heard of Adobe Creative Cloud, for example. But neither of them has really succeeded in bringing out a cloud solution. So we, even after 10 years of having our system, we are still ahead in this professional market. Delta Tray is a route to market for sports for us, and they've increased last year by 50% the number of clients they used with Foreseen, and we're doing a big push this year following our product upgrades. So just a quick mention of sports. Why we find it so interesting, in broadcast we typically charge £125 a month for people to use our system, and people will put in thousands of hours of material and they just pay to use it. It's software as a service, pay as you go. But in sports, instead of £125 a month, they pay £250 a day, and it's 50 times more. The reason is because they use much more of our platform, and it saves them a lot more money, a lot more effective, and it's particularly for web and mobile distribution rather than broadcast television. And that seems to be a sweet spot for our cloud technology, and that is something that we're pushing to grow this year. We have new marketing structure. This is really an update slide, but you can find out more about this on our stand. For products, we delivered more technology last year than any other year of our history. We have got a new editor interface designed to appeal to the creatives, so that pushes us beyond the pre-edit stage. We have a new media asset manager that allows our big clients to manage their own users, which allows us to scale into those. And we have EVA, the video social network, which we'll be able to talk about on our stand as well. And our marketing is now focused far more to do with web-based marketing, digital marketing. So instead of being face-to-face, when you come to our website, every page has this request a free trial, and we can find out how you came through. Was it for sports? Was it for broadcast? Were you interested in editing? Were you interested in logging? So we get a lot more information on our clients as well, and our potential clients. A little note on Eva. This is launching soon. It's a mobile application for video. And all I'll say about it here is that we did our market research and we found out that people watch video and shoot video on their phones in portrait. And yet when you go out there to watch YouTube, you watch any of these things, Instagram, none of these are portrait. They're sort of like back in the past when people used to do everything on television sets, computer monitors. Now people use their mobile phones. And so there's quite a few innovations in Eva, but one of them is we actually respect that actually users shoot in portrait and they watch in portrait. Here's some of the potential rivals. They've all got flaws. We can talk about those on our stand too. So we've engaged over 1,000 users during our development, had hundreds of prototypes, very, very fast, rapid cycle of development. This shows the design. I won't go through the whole video just because of time, but you can find out more about this. If I can go through that, this will show a bit about the software. So even before launching the app, we want to have a consumer world that is aware of the brand, and already 5 million users have engaged with our brand even before launch. We've had over 10 million people seeing our brand, 5 million distinct users. And we've done that through creating content which we've distributed over social network. A lot of that's gone viral. We've had millions of views of our videos promoting our brand. And this is really, it's low cost per user, but with a much bigger audience. And our aim for Eva is to develop it into a social media network, social video network with millions of monthly active users. If we look at the market segmentation, you can see on the left, do I have a button here? Let's try that. We've got shoot and share, that's the consumer end, that's with Eva. And at the high end, we've got broadcast with only just a few hundred users, but very sophisticated product. And we're now moving that into sports, which is much higher added value. We make about 20 times as much per client. And the idea is from this end, we'll be able to move into the big companies, as well as growing in the areas we're in. Eva will feed a funnel of people who shot their video. They'll then be able to edit their video. Because we're a cloud service, everything in Eva will be able to be edited in our brand Y product, and we'll move through, as we move to the right, we'll increase the price of the product. So how we'll monetize that. So we're moving away from a personalized sales process to a digital sales process, low cost per acquisition, and moving away from a paid development, bespoke development, to off-the-shelf products, which with a cloud service with 95% gross margin is a really, really good way to grow. This shows positioning of brand Y. As you get more sophisticated, you get lower volume and you get higher complexity. And brand Y fills the gap between Eva, which is very simple shoot and share mass market application, and Foreseen, which is professional application used for making TV programs and sport events videos. This gives you an idea of the number of people who are looking for online video editing. It's around 5 million a month, and the keyword growth for editing has been growing very quickly in the last few years. So this is the gap that we're filling with brand Y. There are 62 million users searches for video editing, and unlike our other products, there is an existing market for this. So we can look at some of our other people in this area. WeVideos had 28 million visits, for example. They have 4.7 million users. So whereas with Foreseen and with Eva, we're looking at new markets, which is exciting, and we can potentially get the whole market. With brand Y, we're looking at replacing potentially inferior products, inferior technologies. And this shows you the acquisition. It's a funnel to get these people in. So now a quick summary of our continuing advantages. We have the world's most sophisticated cloud video platform for post-production, which is editing and lots of other things, which you can find out about on our stand. And what we've designed is a very efficient platform, which, for example, on one server, we can support 1 million users. So it's a bit like we provide the beehives, which are just cardboard boxes. Those are our cloud servers, and the users provide the bees. They do the work themselves. Makes it very scalable at very low cost. We also have a whole, because we've been around for 10 years with our cloud platform, we have a whole series of advantages, most importantly in the professional world, that it's reliable and that it works. This shows we have our platform at the bottom, patented codecs. We've had our video cloud, we've added a social media cloud, and we've had our video services, and we're adding social features. So as well as having a video cloud, we're adding a social cloud as well. This showing us we've saved a lot of money because we did our big investment last year, cut 30% off our costs this year. So in summary, we were slightly below expectations in the year, but we've done a lot of development work, and we've now got a stronger and leaner company, and that points towards strong progress towards success. Thank you very much.